Hey everyone, and welcome to the Quest Adventure Society's video series on how to create a unique and creative treasure hunt. My name is Quinn, and whether it's for a single person or for a large group activity, treasure hunts can be a lot of fun to not just go through, but to put together as well. However, no other activity to plan can be more overwhelming at times, largely because there are a lot of potential pitfalls. It's a delicate balance of wanting to plan something new and exciting, but also something that you can pull off. With decades of professional treasure hunt experience at our disposal, we'll step you through the do's and don'ts of creating the treasure hunt that's just right for you. And if you find this content helpful, please like and subscribe, as it will encourage us to open our vaults to release more treasure hunt fun. Although we'll get into it more in just a minute, I'd like to mention that there are actually lots and lots of different formats for a treasure hunt. In each video of this short series of 9 or 10 videos, we'll detail a different format as well as tackle different treasure hunt design topics to help you plan out all the details to ensure that your treasure hunt goes off without a hitch, or at least very few of them. Some of the topics we'll discuss will include adjusting for different age groups like pre-readers through adults, what to account for when planning a treasure hunt for a group of people versus a single person, and effective use of puzzles, and so much more. Although the Quest Adventure Society is known for creating large treasure hunt adventures filled with live characters, interactive storylines, and themes ranging from pirates and spies to a hunt for the Holy Grail and vampires in Transylvania, for this video series, we'll be focusing only on the much more basic kind of treasure hunt, the location-to-location variety that most of us are potentially already familiar with. If you're interested in finding out how to build a treasure hunt adventure like in an Indiana Jones or National Treasure movie, then check out our book, Epic Treasure Hunt Adventures, on Amazon. There's a link below in the description. That step-by-step guide will go into much further detail on how to pull off one of those one-of-a-kind adventures. So for this video, where do we start? I suppose it's best to begin with the most popular question on this topic. What's the difference between a treasure hunt and a scavenger hunt? Treasure hunt and scavenger hunt. You've heard them both and probably at different times use them interchangeably. However, are they the same? And what are the pros and cons of planning each? We'll consider these questions here. Although there are lots of different mainstream treasure hunt formats and hundreds of entirely new ones being created all the time, we can roughly sum up the definitions into this overly simplistic one. A treasure hunt is an activity involving going from location to location based on a series of clues and/or puzzles, even if the puzzles are only subtly folded in. Typically, the locations are in a linear fashion. However, by no means does this speak for all of them, and usually the ones that are the most interesting are not linear in fashion. There may be activities or tasks to complete along the way. There may even have items to collect as you go. However, the focus of the activity is on the journey and the problem-solving skills to correctly navigate the clues and puzzles until you reach the end of the hunt itself. So, what's a scavenger hunt then? A scavenger hunt involves a list of some sort. As with the treasure hunt, there are several different formats for scavenger hunts, but its simplistic definition looks something like this. Using a list, the participants attempt to collect or find all of the objects on that list and bring them back to a known central location. The activity is usually timed, but doesn't have to be. For some really cool aged paper, check out the links in the description to order some of our themed hand-antiqued paper. So what are the benefits and drawbacks of planning each one? Treasure hunts can be much more interesting and exciting, depending on the effort going into the design. They also can provide more easily for fun storylines and more engaged participants. The drawbacks for treasure hunts are the amount of time it can take to properly set one up, and the fact that the completion time for the activity is not as exact, unless you're very experienced at creating them. Scavenger hunts are definitely easier to create, as one only needs to arm the participants with a list. It's also much easier to facilitate because you can set the exact time you'd like to finish the event, the time when all the participants must return. A major drawback is that they are often not nearly as engaging to most. A lot of effort has to be put into the list to make it interesting, or the excitement for the activity will quickly wane. Both activities can be a lot of fun. Just be sure to devote the appropriate amount of time to each to make it so. For this video series, however, we'll be only focusing on treasure hunts. In our next video, we'll be beginning with the first format, the very familiar rhyming clue format, and we'll discuss fun ways to breathe life into this sometimes overused option. We'll also discuss ways to help pre-readers enjoy your treasure hunt, the demographic that can have the most difficult time staying engaged because of their attention spans and because they can't read any of your written materials. So, join us for a great time as we go through lots of new and exciting ideas to help make the treasure hunt you want to plan a lot of fun for both you and your adventurers. I'm Quinn, and I'll see you in our next video in the series.